London, a city of history, culture, and secrets. But beneath its iconic skyline lies a dark and twisted past, stories of crimes so heinous, they shock the world. Today, we'll explore three of the most chilling cases that left an indelible mark on the history of this great city. Viewer discretion is advised. Jack the Ripper, the Whitechapel Murders. Our first case takes us back to the late 19th century, to the foggy, cobbled streets of Whitechapel. A name that still evokes terror to this day, Jack the Ripper. Between August and November of 1888, an unidentified killer brutally murdered at least 5 women, all believed to be sex workers. The mutilation of the victims suggested a level of surgical precision, leading to countless theories about the Ripper's identity, ranging from a doctor to a member of the royal family. Despite an extensive investigation and numerous suspects, Jack the Ripper was never caught, and the case remains one of the most infamous unsolved mysteries in criminal history. Dennis Nilsen, the kindly killer. In the quiet neighborhoods of North London, a man who seemed polite and unassuming hid a horrifying secret. Dennis Nilsen, also known as the kindly killer, murdered at least 12 young men between 1978 and 1983. Targeting vulnerable men, often those who were homeless or transient, Nilsen would lure his victims to his home with the promise of food or shelter. Once there, he would strangle them and, chillingly, keep their remains for days before disposing of them in gruesome ways. Nilsen's crimes came to light in 1983 when human remains were discovered in the drains of his apartment building. Sentenced to life in prison, Nilsen remained unrepentant, leaving behind a legacy of fear and revulsion. The Great Train Robbery. Our final story isn't one of murder but remains one of the most infamous crimes in London's history. On the morning of August 8, 1963, the Royal Mail train traveling from Glasgow to London was stopped in its tracks by a gang of robbers. What followed became known as the Great Train Robbery. The gang made off with £2.6 million, equivalent to nearly £50 million today. Their meticulous planning and execution shocked the nation. But it wasn't just the robbery that captured headlines. It was the aftermath, the dramatic manhunts, daring escapes, and the capture of key members like Ronnie Biggs, that turned this crime into a legend. Despite their audacity, most of the gang were eventually caught. Yet, the Great Train Robbery remains one of the most captivating chapters in London's criminal history. From the dark alleys of Whitechapel to the quiet streets of North London, and even to the tracks of a moving train, these crimes have shaped the narrative of London's criminal past. They serve as chilling reminders of humanity's darkest tendencies, and of the resilience of those who seek justice. If you have a case you'd like us to cover next, let us know in the comments below. Until next time, stay safe and stay curious.